my audio visual quality, everything is clear, so that we can start with the session. Till you are going to report me this, let me just brief you what is the ideal duration and what is the agenda for today's session. The ideal duration for today's session is going to be approximately 45 minutes, and the agenda for today's session is that today we are going to discuss a very important, a very sensational, a very intriguing, a very, you can say, a fundamental question that any aspirant who is seeking a job, who is seeking a career, and who is going to make his future, whether he or she should opt for a government job or whether he or she should opt for a private job. This fundamental question is going to be everybody's question, even if you are a BTech graduate or you are having any other graduation. But because we are basically dealing with engineers, so I will be focusing more and more upon BTech graduates and engineers. And believe me friends, this session will give you a lot of insight and it will help you to take a decision. Ultimately, it's your decision whether you want to go for a private job or a government job. And I have no bias. I have no inclination, no bias towards a private job. I myself I am doing the private job. My wife is in a government job. But it is a different matter. I don't have any bias when I come in front of you, and I am trying to make you understand that what are the different pros and cons, what are the positives and what are the negatives when it comes to a government job and when it comes to a private job. So all the candidates who are joining me live, just quickly confirm your presence in the comment section and quickly hit the like button and hit the bell icon so that you get all the important notifications, and subscribe to BYJU'S Exam Prep if you have not subscribed till now. Hi Tushar, how are you? Good evening, welcome to the session. Vinod Kapse, Kumari, Urmila, how are you? Welcome to the session. So first of all, before we start the session, I want all of you to just tell me what is your engineering branch and what is your year, in which year of your BTech you are, or if you are passed out, then you can tell me that you are already, you have already completed your BTech. Just tell me in the comment section fast. Yes, Mr. Chandrakant, Ramashish, how are you? Good evening. I will tell you, Mr. Paul, don't worry. Yes, just tell me your branch, which year of BTech you are, and so that when you are supposed to pass out from the BTech graduation, so that I can give you a more clear picture about what is going to be a best career option for you. And if you are already working, that is also very good. Even if you are in a private job, don't worry, this session is going to help you a lot, because if you are working most of the time, you must be having this this confusion in your mind whether you should continue with your job or whether you should go for a government job. Shivakumar, I will come to all these details. Please hold on with patience and let me just come to the point so that we can start our discussion. So everybody just write your branch, what is your engineering branch, what is your year of BTech or BE graduation, so that I can get to know what is your expected year of final year. Anyways, let us slowly start our discussion. Some of you may be joining me for the first time, so there is a brief introduction about myself. My name is Ashutosh. As you can see on the screen, I have 11 plus years of teaching experience, completed MTech from ITBHU in 2010. I have written a couple of books on engineering ethics and power system, and these are my areas of expertise. Basically, I deal with electrical engineering, but I also deal with non-technical areas like engineering ethics and current affairs also. So let us first understand what is the agenda for today's session. Okay, so let us understand. But before that, a very important information for all the candidates, because BYJU'S Exam Prep, we are going to have a free workshop how to start preparing for GATE 2024. All the candidates who are in their second year or third year of BTech, this workshop is going to be very, very important, and do not forget to get yourself registered for that. This workshop is not going to be available on the YouTube channel. This is going to be available. Wait, Deepika. This will be available only on the BYJU'S app. So you have to launch the app, you have to download the app if you have not downloaded, and go and follow the simple instructions to get yourself registered. It is going to be live on 10th of September, 8 PM in the evening, and this workshop is going to be taken by one of the most lovable, adorable faculty for everyone, that is Abhinav Negi. He is an IIT Delhi alumnus, and he is having a 12 plus years of experience. So let us discuss what are the important points we are going to discuss in today's session. The first thing that I am going to tell you, that before you start thinking about whether you should go for a government job or private job, the first question you have to answer is whether you want to go for a job or you want to go for entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship means starting your own business, because today India is witnessing, the whole nation is witnessing a revolution in terms of entrepreneurship. You must have seen that there has been a very famous you can say series of what I can say, the name was Shark Tank, which basically deals with the startups and how they can make good investment in that, and it was a very famous show on TV. So you must be aware about that. So definitely India is turning towards a new century of entrepreneurship. So at the first stage, and it is never too early and never too late, you have to decide whether it is job or entrepreneurship which is going to give you the full satisfaction in terms of your career and life. Is it clear, everybody? Is it clear, everybody? Just keep on saying yes or no in the comment section when I ask you, and do not forget to send me some emojis so that I can motivate myself. And the second one is whether you should go for a government job or private job. In general, I will give you some intricacies, what are the insights and what are the general points you have to keep in your mind when you are deciding whether you should go, whether you are made for a government job or you are made for a private job. The third point I will be focusing upon the reality and myth of power, and basically we will be focusing upon the government jobs, because when we talk about power and authority, we are more concerned about the government jobs. The next thing that we are going to discuss is the reality and myth of money. We are basically talking about huge packages, 1 CR, 2 CR, 3 CR packages when we talk about private jobs. So definitely people like private jobs because they have very good salary, they have very good standard of life. So we'll be discussing upon that also in terms of private jobs. Then we will talk about the reality and myth of job security, and definitely what I'm going to discuss is not only going to cover the current situation, it will also cover the future possibilities also. Future possibilities also. You want me to provide the link? I don't think that it is in my hand. You better go to the BYJU'S Exam Prep app, okay, after this session, and follow the simple instructions. You will be having a pop-up notification for getting yourself registered for this particular workshop that I have shown you. So we'll be discussing about the reality and myth of job security, which is also very important part of today's youth career, because if you see, most of the people, they are not able to take risk in their career simply because of the reason of job security. And the last point that we will be discussing is passion and reality. So everybody just tell me, are you with me for next 30-35 minutes? You have to be with me so that we can discuss some important part of your career decision making. Yes or no? This is a part of your career decision making. The first thing you have to answer, whether you want to go for a job or you want to go for entrepreneurship. As I told you, yes, as I told you earlier, that now our nation, India, is witnessing a widespread awareness and sensitivity towards entrepreneurship. I will not take names, but you must have seen that there are people who have started a very simple business. It may be a tea making business. It may be a simple business of food delivery, or you can say medicine delivery at home. And there are various businesses, various possibilities across the board, which you must have seen finally got in the reality, and they are running a big businesses. So definitely Indian youth is going to see a great revolution in terms of entrepreneurship. And when it comes to entrepreneurship, let me tell you, it's not about that only IIT graduates, IM graduates can have big ventures in terms of entrepreneurship. It's not about if you have a good amount of capital, okay? It's not about that only if you have a good amount of capital, then only you can go and start a business. It's not about that you must have a backup plan, then only you can go for entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship is all about risk taking. If there is no risk, then there will be no motivation, because entrepreneurship is a 24/7 job. When you do a job, whether it is a government job or whether it is a private job, then your job is either it is 10 to 6, 9 to 7, maybe approximately 8 hours a day, Monday to Friday, and most of the people, they are having Saturday, Sunday as week off, so they can relax and they can enjoy with their family. But if you are aiming entrepreneurship, my friend, it is 24/7 job. 24/7 job. If you have an idea, if you have some innovation, if you have some, you can say some big, or you can say some simple solution to a big problem, then you can go for entrepreneurship. But you must understand that entrepreneurship is going to give you a very rock solid bright career only and only when you are going to address a real problem, so that people automatically connects with the problem and you give them a simple solution and people can associate with that solution. That is also very, very important. There have been several examples, people who have lost everything. They don't have a job, they don't have a career, they don't have a possibility, they don't have any exam to crack, and they tried their luck in entrepreneurship because they have hit the real problem with a simple solution, and they have actually cracked it and they have made a big business. I have seen a lot of examples, people who have really thought of making a big fortune out of entrepreneurship in a gap of 3, 4, 5 years. They have actually created a company worth of around 100 crores. You must have seen it in the news. So everything is possible. The only criteria is that you must have that conviction, that will, that you can get through with that particular approach. So everybody just tell me in the comment section, are you able to follow this? Before you answer government job or private job, you have to answer this fundamental question, whether you are made for job or you are made for entrepreneurship. If you are made for job, there is no problem with the job, okay? Lot of people, they are going to tell you that if you do a job for someone, then you are like a slave. No, it's not like that. It's not like that. It's a myth. The only thing is what you see in terms of your career and what are your priorities and how much you want to scale up. You want to scale up in which part of your life? What is your priority? Your priority is to build an empire, to build a company, so that you are not just a job seeker, you are a job giver. Or you just want to have a good job where you can put your skills and talent as a contribution and you get some remuneration out of that and you run a happy family and a happy life. So what is your choice? You have to decide. Everybody just tell me, are you able to follow this? The second thing you have to understand is the difference between a government job and a private job. Before I tell you the difference, let me tell you a brief story so that you can relate with the real problem. 1947, India became independent from the British rule. 1947, India became independent from the British rule, but we are still living in the post-colonial era. Post-colonial era. What is the meaning of post-colonial era? It means we have got independence from the British rule in 1947, but still we are having the mindset which is anyhow dominated by the colonial power. You may not believe this. During the British time, there was ICS, Indian Civil Services. It was not IAS, it was Indian Civil Services. And those time, the district collector or district magistrate, what you call them, they used to be called as Maibap of the common people. Seriously, I'm telling you this very serious. It's not something joke I'm telling you. It's a reality. You can read it in the history books. When there were ICS officers, the common people, they used to call them Maibap. Because for every single problem they face in their life, they have to reach out to the district collector or the IAS officer. because they cannot directly go to the government. They can go to the district administration, and ICS was the top or the peak of or the main key of district administration. The same colonial mindset we have followed after India got independence, and even in the 21st century you will see anybody who has already cracked the civil services examination, who is an IAS officer or IPS officer, or there are various other posts also, IRS officer, Indian Railway Traffic Services, Indian Railway Personnel Services, Indian Audit and Account Services. There are a lot of, almost you can say 24 posts are there. Even if you crack a single examination, and let us talk about engineering services, if you crack engineering services, you get lot more respect and dignity in the society. Why? Because people have accepted that if you crack these examinations, then only you have a secure future. I am not saying this is wrong. In present scenario, the present India we have, the present society we have, definitely there is a high tendency that people look after these jobs as with lot of respect, lot of dignity, because an IAS officer and engineering services officer, he or she may not be getting a very huge salary, but definitely the kind of work environment, the kind of service they provide to the nation, that really draws them lot of dignity and respect in the society. But it's not like that if you are in a private job that it will not bring you dignity and respect in the society. What I want to tell you, slowly this mindset is changing. Slowly this mindset is changing. Even though if you go to the rural areas, if you go to the remote places in our country, and especially if you go to the southern part or the eastern northern belt, if you go, you will see people are crazy about government jobs. People are crazy about government jobs. Even if there is a simple job, if there is a simple railway job, you must have seen in the news or in the media that lakhs and lakhs of aspirants, they go for government jobs. That is such a craze in our country for government job. But let me tell you, government job has lot of advantages when it is compared to the private job, but at the same time private job is also having lot of advantages when it is compared to the government job. So it's not that something is going to be a bigger picture and something is going to be a smaller picture. No, everything is going to have its own pros and cons, and you have to understand in that context only. Suppose, let me tell you, I am a very creative person and I do not belong to that category of people who want to have a 10 to 5 routine job. They want to sit on the same place, in the same office, in the same chamber. Even though there may be lot of power, there may be lot of dignity, lot of respect. But if I am a creative person, every day I want to take a challenge. I am not saying that the challenge is not there in case of government jobs. It may be civil services, it may be engineering services. Those jobs have different set of challenges. There may be political pressures, there may be social pressures, there may be economic pressures in terms of getting the work done. But I am talking about a different aspect. If you belong to a category of person who is more of a creative person, who want every day as a challenge and who want to do something new, not daily but maybe in a span of 2, 3, 5 years, you want to take new projects, you want to work with a new energy and you want to work freely, then government job is not a good job or good option for you. I have seen people who have cracked one of the most reputed examination in our country that belong to the government job. It may be civil services, it may be engineering services, and there are a lot of examples. Even after they have got a very good rank, they have left those jobs and they have opted for something else. There can be n number of examples for that. And at the same time, we have the example that there have been people who have graduated from IITs and IIMs or big institutions, IC Bangalore, and they have opted for a private job that earns them crores and crores of rupees. They are having big packages and their joining is at very good places that you can just dream of. But even after working for 5, 6 or 10 years, they want to return back to the nation and they want to prepare for civil services, maybe for engineering services, and they want to get into the private job. So it's not about which one is better? It's about which suits you better. What is your personality? What is your taste? I hope you are getting this idea clear in your mind. Everybody just tell me yes or no, are you able to follow me? So it's not about government job is better or it's not about private job is better. It's about your taste. It's about your suitability. Because if you allow yourself to invest 3, 4, 5 years in a particular direction and suddenly you change the direction, so definitely you are going to lose. Definitely you are going to lose the momentum. So it is better that you decide early, and you choose a right path, right direction in terms of your aptitude and attitude. Let us go to the next part, the reality and myth of power when it comes to the government job. Let me tell you a very basic difference so that you can understand. Power you can define in two terms, that is power and authority. There is a difference between power and authority. Power is informal. Power is informal, whereas authority is formal. And what is authority? How I am defining authority? Power accepted by subordinates is authority. Subordinate means employees or people who are working below you or below your authority. So how much power they are accepting out of your instructions, your command, that is your authority. Now you please understand that power can be further defined into the structured power and unstructured power. This is a set of formal and informal power that you can understand. Now suppose you are an engineering services officer. Already you have handled 8 to 10 years in the job, and now you have got some big promotions. Now there is a possibility that you can use your power or authority to get things done for you or your near ones which does not come under your job requirements. That is the wrong use of power. But let me tell you, in a country like India, when we talk about the power, people who are in the government job, it is in the mindset of the people why they look upon them with respect and dignity, because people can come to them and people can get their work done if they have some approach or some contacts or some link with the people who are in a government job or good positions. Otherwise, you tell me what can be any single reason, what can be the single reason why you are going to respect somebody? The only reason you are going to respect somebody is that if you have a problem, suppose you are troubled in a police case, so you will call your friend who is already in a government job. He may be a deputy superintendent of police, he may be an IPS officer, and you can ask for help. This situation may come. Are you getting this? But your friend is never going to call you. You may be in a very good company earning a very good amount of package, but he is never going to call you for a help, because he sits in a very strong position in terms of the society mindset. And people who have the power, that is in terms of very good job positions, if you are having in the government job, maybe civil services, engineering services or the allied services, then definitely you have certain authority, because you must be having great contacts, you must be having great networks. So definitely your near and dear ones, your peer group and everybody is going to connect with you with some sort of problem every day, every other day, and you get respect out of that simply because of that reason. I hope you are getting this. So my friend, if you are looking upon the government job in terms of this power, then you do not opt for government job, because that is not the right direction, my friend. This is completely unethical. This is completely unethical, and I can tell you that whosoever is going to be the future of India in our country, this type of unethical treatment of the power and authority in the government job, it is going to decrease, it is going to diminish. Yes or no? Are you able to follow this? Just tell me yes or no. Do you have the same feeling or not? You just talk to your parents and you will understand the weight what I am trying to tell you. That if you are looking upon government job, that you will get some sort of power and you will make somebody to get some help, to get some job or do something for them in terms of your power and authority, my friend, then you are in the wrong direction. I hope you are getting this. You just compare today's time with 10 years back or 20 years back. 20 years back, even a simple bank clerk, he was having a lot of authority. People used to stand in the queues for lengthy hours, long hours. And even if you just want to drop a single check, you want to update your passbook. And suppose you may be, I used to stand with my grandfather, because my grandfather used to get the pension. He was in railways. So the simple bank clerk, he used to have lot of, you can say, what we call it, tashan. He was not directly talking to you. Lot of attitude he is having. But the time has changed. Now if you go to a bank, especially in the private bank, you get lot of coziness, you get lot of respect, you get, there are people who are going to attend you, they will offer you tea and coffee and they will ask you, sir, what can be done for you? And everything is automated. So things are changing when the technology is going to intervene, this mindset of wrong or misuse of power is going to reduce. That is what I am telling you. After 10 years or 20 years, you may witness that such power and authority will not be there for government jobs. So this has been one great significant change we can see in terms of the career possibilities of Indian youth. And I want all of you to at least thank our leaders. It may be political leaders, social leaders or whatsoever. They have created such an atmosphere that at least slowly we are able to get away from this unethical treatment of power and authority. Everybody just tell me, are you able to follow this? Let us see the myth and reality of private job. The myth and reality of private job. You must have seen even in your college, in your BTech college, that there are some candidates who may not be the topper of your particular batch, but when it comes to the placement, maybe in third year or final year, you must have witnessed that there are some candidates, they are getting very huge packages. If you go to the IITs, there also they are getting very huge packages. It may be in CR, maybe 1 CR, 2 CR, 3 CR, depending upon which company is coming for the placement. So generally people think about private job in terms of the package, in terms of the total cost to company, CTC, how much CTC you are getting. And people look for very good job positions, joinings. After 2 years, 3 years, you may be going to Australia, you may be getting settled in the Australia, you may be going for USA, you may be going for Germany, and you can go to any part of the world. You can go to the developed nations, you can go to Dubai, other parts of the world, wherever you get the posting. So if you see in terms of the standard of living, in terms of the life quality, in terms of, because money brings all these luxuries. Money brings all these luxuries. Money cannot bring you power and authority. The power and authority that you get out of money is a different power. Okay, it is a different power. It's not that power which you see in terms of a government job or a good position in the government job. So all these luxury, all these you can say all these life qualities, they are coming only because of money. But let me tell you the myth and reality of that. Suppose you are working for any XYZ company. You are working for any XYZ company and they are giving you some X amount of package. So if I am giving you X amount of package, definitely you must be giving 2X in return to your salary, yes or no? If I am giving you X amount of salary, then you must be giving me the input of 2X, yes or no? So definitely when you talk about those job positions which have very good amount of packages and you are getting a good amount of salary, that requires lot of hard work. It's very easy to say that somebody is getting 1 CR, 2 CR or 3 CR of package, but it's not that they are simply sleeping. They are sleeping in the office, they are watching some Netflix or some web series and they are earning this much amount of money. No, they are working day and night. They are working, they are toiling every day. Even on weekdays also they are working. So when it comes to private job, when you are seeking a good package, then you please expect that the any company, because any company is working for the profit. It is not a non-for-profit organization because they have to give salary to you and other employees also. So definitely if they are giving you a big package, then definitely that is going to have a big toll and you have to contribute significantly. Life is all about give and take. There are no free lunches. It's not that you will just there and you will sit like this, okay, oh, give me 1 CR package. It's not like that. You have to contribute significantly. You see the difference. People who are in the government job, I am just comparing in a very generalistic manner. So anybody who is from a good government job or good private job and watching my session, so don't be unrestful, okay, with that. I am just trying to make some general differences, okay, some general differentiation. People in the government job, the moment it becomes 6 PM in the evening, they will close their laptop, no work. And you see a private job, people may be earning 3, 4, 5, 10 lakh rupees per month. But even after, when everybody is in the family, they are sleeping, they will slowly open their laptop and they will do like this. They are working in the night, they are working in the day, every moment they are working. So things look very rosy from the distance. It looks like a bed of roses. That very good package, we'll get this, we'll get that, but it's a very hectic schedule. It's a very hectic schedule. And really you have to sacrifice a lot of things in your life. Suppose if you are working in a small position, very easily you can get the leave. Sir, tomorrow my brothers, sisters, this, that, dhimka, falana, so I'm not going to come to the office. But suppose you are sitting at the topmost level. Can you take the leave? No, because you taking the leave affects the life of 100 or 1000 people in the company. So you cannot take that risk, yes or no? So there is an small old story, old adage that says that uneasy lies on the head which wears the crown. Who wears the crown? Uneasy lies on the head who wears the crown. So if you have more responsibility, with great power comes great responsibilities. So it's definitely one option if you want to go in that direction, but it requires a lot of effort, lot of hard work in return. It's not that easy. The reality and myth of job security. The first thing I want to tell you that now onwards there are no pension in terms of government job. Pension is not there in government jobs. You must be having this idea from your parents. If you ask them, 10 years down the line, 10 years back, if you see for your parents or maybe someone who is in the government job, good position, and they have now just retired, you must see, now they are having a good amount of pension. So if you are getting a pension, after 60 your life is settled. Already you have built some small empire and you are getting something every month so that you can run your finances and you can live a very happy life after that. I will just come to that. I will take your doubts, Surya, so don't worry. But now no government job is going to give you pension. No government job. You can invest in a lot of pension funds and there are a lot of investment schemes that you can take, but the royalty, the dignity and the security you get in terms of pension is no more with the government job. Second thing, if you talk about government jobs, most of the government jobs, they are taking professionals on ad hoc basis. Ad hoc basis means for a small limited period of time, not as a permanent, not permanent. And they are having contractual nature of jobs. They are not permanent jobs. In government jobs, slowly this tendency is coming, okay, that the government is taking several positions on ad hoc basis. Ad hoc basis means maybe for 1 year, maybe for 2 years, maybe for 5 years as per the requirement of the project. On the contractual basis, in terms of job duration, in terms of salary. So you are not getting other benefits in comparison to other benefits in other government jobs where you get some other benefits also. It may be medical benefits, it may be traveling benefits, it may be so many other benefits. But you see, most of the jobs, government jobs, they are getting into this category now. One more thing, if you talk about government jobs, they are having early retirements. Lot of focus is going to be there on early retirements, okay. So there is a possibility that you join a government job, give your services for certain period of time, and after getting significant amount of experience, skill, talent, you can get a respectful early retirement and then you can switch to the private sector, okay, so that you can use your talent, you can use your skills, you can use your knowledge and learnings. So that is one case. But what I wanted to convey you, the difference in terms of job security, if you compare the private job and government job, is not that rigid. 10 years, 20 years before that, it was very important, very significant. If you get into a government job, then the whole life is settled. But if you talk about today's world, if you leave some of the government jobs, if you leave, for example, it may be engineering services, it may be civil services, it may be state civil services. Apart from that, if you see lot of government or semi-government jobs, for example, somebody was asking about the PSUs. PSUs are not government jobs, my friend. You can call them either semi-government jobs, and if that particular PSU is going to be privatized, then it is no more a government job. It's like any other private job. I hope you are getting that. So slowly what we are witnessing is lot of disinvestment, lot of privatization, so that it is not that watertight difference between the government job and private job. So this myth of job security you have to remove from your mind. Are you getting this? Hardly you will see a person, that was the earlier times. I have seen some of the examples, people who were working in the private jobs, once that particular company is gone, they never do any job after that. There may be some specific cases related to that, but now in today's time, if you have the skill, if you have the courage, and if you have the right direction, there is no deficit of jobs in the market. You can search for a good job. And if you are experienced, then you easily get a good job if you have the skill. But the only criteria is you must be updated. You must be updated. I hope you are getting this. Everybody just tell me in the comment section, are you able to follow this or not? So the job security we were having 10 years, 20 years back down the line, it is not like that in today's world. And if you talk about 10 years or 5 years later, that means in the future, then it is going to be reduced in the government sector, in the government jobs. As I told you, the government is having a pattern of getting the recruitment on ad hoc basis or on the contractual basis, and you will see, excluding some of the positions in the government job, most of the government jobs, they are going to be on ad hoc basis. They are not going to be of permanent nature. The best example is Not a single government job offers you pension. Is it clear, everybody? Let us talk about the passion and reality. Now, a lot of stuff we have discussed, whether you should go for a government job or whether you should go for a private job. But let me tell you, at the end of the day, I have told you pros and cons, positives and negatives. But at the end of the day, my friend, the decision should be based on the balance between your passion and reality. The passion and reality. What is your passion? Your passion is what you want to do. What is your dream? Your dream is your passion. Somebody maybe having a passion, maybe having inclination towards that he or she maybe they want to become a singer. Okay, that may be your passion. But you must see what is your reality. But you must see what is your reality. There should always be a balanced approach, a practical approach in terms of your dream, your passion, and what is your reality. You must understand your capabilities. I'm not saying that you should not become a singer. If you have that kind of potential, if you have practiced so much and you have that guts, go and show the world. Do not stop yourself. But only when you have made a balance between passion and reality. Is it clear, everybody? So this was all from my side. I will be very happy to welcome doubts from your side. So everybody just quickly ask me doubts in the comment section. And do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe to BYJU'S Exam Prep. Just quickly ask me if you have any doubts. Let me answer some of the doubts. Deepika has posted, sir, one doubt is ESE and IN GATE syllabus and our mock tests and questions are same for both. Deepika, I'm not the right person to tell you the answer about that. Please contact the backend team. They are having the best of the support in this particular case. Surya Jayaraman is saying opportunities only after IT industries, only in India or private, otherwise great engineering with good package are in government jobs only, I thought. See, it's not about going into the IT sector. Okay, when it was around 2010 or 2000 to 2010, those 10 years, that was the decade for software jobs. Everybody who was doing a BTech graduate, they were going for IT sector. Okay, but things are not like that. The field has become more diversified. It has become more narrow. It requires more specialization. Anybody who was learning a little bit of C, C++, Java, that is 2 versions, Mer Java, Mid Java, they are just going for IT sector jobs. But the things are not like, not same. Today's world. In today's world, there is lot more diversification, lot more specialization, and there are possibilities which you can explore if you want to go in the private sector. The only thing is you have to be updated. You have to be updated every day. If you want to take a challenge, every day you want to be creative and you have good skill set, then you should not have this fear in mind that you want to go in a government job. See, I am not saying that government job is bad. I am not saying private job is bad. I am not saying this is good, this is bad. I am simply telling you what are the positives and negatives for a government job. I am telling you what is the positives and negatives for a private job. So you have to take a decision. There is one candidate, Roo. He or she is asking, after GATE, which is best, IITs or PSU? It depends on your choice. How much time you can invest in forming your career. Okay. If you directly want to go for a job, you can go to the PSU. But if you want to do something big, for example, if you want to make a simple house, how much time it will take? It will take 1 month. It may be 2 BHK or 3 BHK. But if you want to make a villa, it will take 6 months. And if you want to make a palace, then it will take years. So every good thing requires time, and you have to understand that. You have to invest time. If you want to do something really big and you have a great vision in terms of your career, then you can go for higher studies also. After higher studies also you can get very good packages, very good salary, good amount of money or satisfaction you can get after that also. Then I have Shubha, working nature of engineering services. See, engineering services examination is one of the most reputed examination for any engineer. You cannot compare engineering services examination in terms of the respect, dignity, power, authority, perks, incentive, perks and facilities anybody gets after cracking the engineering services examination. Okay. You compare two people. There is candidate A and there is candidate B. This is IAS officer and this is in a private job. Now this person who is an IAS officer, he may be having maximum 1 lakh rupees salary, and person who is working in the private job, he may be having 5 lakh rupees salary per month. Maybe I am taking the higher end to make you understand that. But definitely in present world, for most of the people, if they admire power and authority, okay, facilities, access to power, then no other choice, IAS is going to be the best option. But if you want to explore the world, if you want to see new opportunities and you don't want to have a sitting job, you don't want to, you are not fit for that role, then you can go for private job also. Definitely SSC JEE is having the job security. Thank you, Jai Kumar. HG is asking, sir, will there be any computer science jobs in government jobs in future? Definitely there will be government jobs relating to computer science. Why not? Because the whole government setup is going to digitalize. So you can expect good job positions in computer science. Computer science is definitely going to hit a new revolutionary mark in the government jobs. So you are on the right track, Mr. HG. Okay, so Ru is asking another question. After completing higher education, can I go for government job which will increase salary rather than normal BTech finished student going in government jobs? Is there any difference? See, you are a little confused here. Let's understand. Okay, you don't want to have laddus in both of your hand. Okay, so you have to take a decision. If you are on this track, my friend, it will be very difficult for you to really take a final decision and go and proceed in that direction. Oh my God, so we have Sanjay Rathi sir with us. Thank you so much, sir. One of the most respected and reputed faculty in the whole BYJU'S team in GATE department, Sanjay Rathi sir. So everybody just say hi to Sanjay sir. Sanjay sir, you are a big motivation for all of us. Are you getting that, Mr. Ru? Are you getting that? You first take a final call. Don't get into this trap of money or power. You understand which fits you better. Okay? Are you getting that? Yes, everybody say hi to Sanjay sir. Mr. Bhuta is saying, sir, I have 8 years of gap. How can I get a private job? You better start now. Why you are thinking, why you are fearful? You are not having 8 years gap. Okay? If you start today, it will be just 8-year gap. But if you start after 1 year, it will be 9-year gap. Okay? So you better start. Once you start, then this gap is going to be gone. It is gone. And till the time you are waiting for the right opportunity, that will never come. You have to create opportunities. Are you getting that? So thank you so much, Mufaruddin. He is from Lakshadweep. Thank you so much for coming to the session. Thank you 8629. Thank you everyone. Where will be working place of engineering services? Engineering services, it depends upon the choice of which particular, because there are a lot of services you have to choose. Okay, for example, initially there were railway services. Now railway services are removed. So there are some services which require posting in the metro cities. For example, if you are going for a central government job, maybe for example CPWD. If you are going in CPWD, so most of the time you will be getting a posting in a metro city. Okay. But you believe me that if you are going for engineering services, throughout your career, you will almost visit the whole nation, the whole country, and you will get a very rich experience of the real administration, real management, and it gives you a lot of respect and dignity in the society. I deal with electrical engineering group. Let me take up some questions. I have passion in replicating large engineering, turning it into small miniatures. Definitely you have a career, you should go for Surya, you should go for entrepreneurship. Vishwanathan Murli is asking 70 marks enough for PSUs. Which stream you belong? Okay, which stream you belong, that is a good question. For example, if you belong to mechanical or civil, it may be a little less. But if you belong to electrical or electronics, then there is a high possibility. Yes, Ranjit, you can ask me. You have to check it and you have to stay connected to BYJU'S Exam Prep, because every time any recruitment comes through GATE examination, we give you the latest information. And if you just subscribe to BYJU'S Exam Prep, you download the app and you will be updated with all these details. Any PSU recruiting through GATE, whether it is 2022 or 2023, you will be getting the latest notification. Maybe September, maybe up to September end, Chandrasekhar, you will be having the HPCL examination, most probably. PSU jobs are also good, okay, they are not bad. You can relate it to the semi-government job nature. What I have told you in terms of government job, in terms of private job, 50% you can just club and you can understand about the PSU jobs. But please remove this mindset that PSU job is a government job. It's not a government job, okay. Vishwanathan, you can connect to me separately on my personal Telegram channel on BYJU'S Exam Prep. I will help you out with the PGCIL required marks. That is electrical by Ashutosh Saxena. It is available on BYJU'S Exam Prep, electrical by Ashutosh Saxena. Okay, because these are very specific questions, I have to search about it and then only I can give you the answer. I will take one session on test series also. So any candidate who is watching me in the recorded form after the live is off, when I stop the streaming, still if you have any question related to whether you should go for a government job or you should go for a private job, or if you have any kind of confusion, either you can come to my personal Telegram channel on BYJU'S Exam Prep, or you can just comment in the comment section of this video in the recorded form. I will be more than happy to take up your doubt and answer it. So thank you so much everybody. Take care of yourself and thank you so much for the session. I hope you must have got some idea that in which direction you should go. Any more doubts are most welcome. I will be more than happy to take up your doubts. Thank you so much. Take care. Thank you.